I'm Mike Prosperi, Bug House Pest Control. This is my wife, Darlene. We've owned it for 29 years, and we're here in Puerto Rico. Went to school at the University of Georgia. I took a entomology course. 80% of your grade was attendance. Harry Pratt, the guy that was doing the class, he was like, how can you mess this up? We got to be buddies, and he said, you know, you ought to get in the bug business. You'd be perfect. And then I came to Millersville and started Bug House. And it was a uphill battle. I mean, spent all my money trying to keep this thing afloat. And, you know, I went to my dad. I said, you know, Dad, all I need is about $15,000. And he said, son, if you can't get the money on your own, it's meant to be. And luckily we were on a lake, Lake Sinclair, and all these people in Atlanta started coming down. I got a banker to give me a little line of credit. I told my story about the lakes are starting to get going. I've run out of money. You know, I've been doing this almost 3 years. He said, would 20,000 do? I said, that'd be perfect. I said, but I don't have any collateral. I have no collateral. He said, can you sign your name? And then that's how we got going. That's back in the old days when bankers had a little, you know, lenience.
The gentleman who gave him his first loan so he could do his business is the gentleman who fixed us up. His daughter was one of my best friends, and so she's like, my dad wants to fix you up with somebody, don't worry about it, I'm sure it won't go anywhere, blah, blah, blah. And lo and behold, here we are.
She was the secret ingredient that helped us grow, that freed me up to where I could take care of things. You know, that meant the world to me, and it meant the world to our customers. I just turned 60, and it's the longest our country's ever been without a recession. It's bound to happen, and I'm 60 years old, didn't want to go through another recession like I did in 09, 2010, 2011. I didn't want to do that again. You work your butt off to build something, and at the end they're saying, you know, from inheritance tax to property tax to whatever, it never ends. And, you know, and you see what they do with the money makes it even worse. I would have lost a ton of money if I wouldn't have done the right thing. And luckily enough, I had a friend to tell me, you know, get a broker. I called Paul, and next thing you know, turned out to be the greatest thing we ever did. Him and Franco, you know, coached me through the whole thing. We were worried to death. I wasn't sleeping, and Franco kept on saying, oh, it's okay, everything's good, everything's great. And I'm like, it doesn't feel like it. And he said, but it is. I do this every day. And anybody that's looking at selling a business, you know, do not do it on your own. It's a trap. I mean, you know, there's so many loopholes you will not know. You pay a little for the broker, and it's well worth the money because they earn the money and then some. Someone a couple years ago asked me, said, what drives you to be successful? And it's one word, fear. I watched my parents have hard times under Carter. They lost everything they had. It motivated me to where I never wanted to be poor again.
It is a crisis of confidence.
It drove me every day to want to do better.